Center in damage control mode over anti-Hindi protests. Center in damage control mode over anti-Hindi protest. See, this is the topic. Generally what we will do, we will read it and leave it. We will try to understand the topic and leave it. But from this topic, I will tell you how much of the things, how many questions will come. First thing, in Tamil Nadu, way back 30-40 years back, there are anti-Hindi agitations. They don't want Hindi. The present 50 years old, 60 years old people in Tamil Nadu, they have not studied their Hindi in their schooling. They find it difficult to speak Hindi or to write Hindi because of anti-Hindi agitations. As you all know, North India in most of the states they speak Hindi. In South India, we don't speak Hindi in most of the states. So, center have released, center means here Ministry of HRD. HRD means Human Resource Development. We don't call Ministry of Education. We call it as Ministry of HRD, Human Resource Development. Have released draft educational policy. It have released draft education policy. First of all, you should understand what is this draft education policy. See, how to prepare for civics, prelims and mains. So, how many educational policies we have till date? What is this draft education policy? Immediately when you see this, you should open the draft in your Google. Open the internet, open the Google and read the draft education policy first thing. Okay? And second thing, as you all know, for education the target is 6% of GDP. We have to spend 6% of GDP for education, but we are not spending that money. We are not spending that amount for education. We have to spend 6% of GDP for education, but we are not doing that. And you should also know what are the schemes and programs which we have started for education, like Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, like Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, like Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, like Kasturiba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas, Kasturiba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas. So we are doing so many things. Rashtriya Uchitar Shiksha Abhiyan for higher education. Apart from all these things, if you see Hindi and non-Hindi difference and discrimination, prejudice we find in many places. Prejudice and discrimination we find in many places. Even that we have to think it of. Now, yesterday when we came to know about 2-3 days back, draft education policy was released and South Indian states, particularly Tamil Nadu, started agitation. They don't want compulsory Hindi. They don't want compulsory Hindi. And 4 hours back, our defense minister, our finance minister, sorry, still I am in Nirmala Sitharaman defense minister mode. Our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman and our external affairs minister Jay Shankar both have tweeted that government is going to review this to allay the fears, to remove the fears in the minds of South Indian states. They have said that they are going to review this 3-language formula. 3-language formula. See, what is the reason behind this 3-language formula? This you have to think now. Why students should know English, Hindi and regional language? India is a multilingual country. India is a multilingual country. A student should be proficient in national language, should be proficient in English, which is a global language, should also be proficient in the mother tongue, because primary education and in the lower level we should be taught in the mother tongue according to Article 350A of the Indian Constitution. 350 capital A of the Indian Constitution. Our basic education should be in the mother tongue. So, a student should be proficient in his mother tongue, English and Hindi. English and Hindi. And for your information, if you go to North Indian states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, New Delhi, in other places, you can survive when you know at least working Hindi. You should know able to read and write Hindi. Most of the shop names they will also be in Hindi. And the same if you go to Tamil Nadu, we cannot speak Hindi and survive. We have to speak only Tamil there to survive. In the same way in Kerala, Malayalam. So, but if you go to North Indian states, from Maharashtra and upwards, you can survive with Hindi. So now government might make learning Hindi is optional, but it's good to learn many languages. It's good to learn many languages, and that too, children can learn good languages when they are very young. So when we reach 20 years, 30 years, we cannot adopt a new language, right? It looks like foreign to us. But when you are in tender ages, we can learn many languages. So that made the government's intention, but anti-Hindi agitations went on. This is the issue. Okay? So when you take this issue, you should know all these things. This is called holistic preparation. To address mains and prelims, everything, you have to take the article and try to understand everything. That's what I expect, and also UPSC expects from you. Coming back, 75% of militants killed in Kashmir Valley were locals. 75% of militants killed in Kashmir Valley were locals. So you will have a topic called in your main security issues. There is a topic called security issues. In that topic, militancy in Kashmir is one of the important area which you are going to study. Militancy in Kashmir. One of the shocking news is 75% of militants killed in Kashmir Valley were locals. 75% of militants killed in Kashmir Valley were locals. And here you should understand 2-3 issues. First thing, why local youth are getting attracted to militancy. Second thing, indoctrination. Indoctrination means trying to correct their minds, continuously telling something. Indoctrination. 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 Okay, indoctrination means continuously trying to counsel, trying to brainwash. Okay, finally the young boy will become indoctrinated. INDOCTRINATION. Indoctrination. Okay, that is going on. And third thing, lack of employment opportunities. You all know Jammu Kashmir education and employment, and government is trying to do certain things like Project Himmat, and you all know the first ranker few years back, Shah Fazil, a boy got first rank in UPSC from Jammu Kashmir. Now he resigned from service. So even there are students who are preparing for civil services also, but still jobs is a serious issue. So young boys are getting attracted towards militancy, and most of them were killed in the operations. This is a pathetic thing. So this fact you should remember. 75% of militants who were killed in Kashmir were locals. They were locals. And next, BJP declines birth offer as Nitish Kumar expands cabinet. See here, in political news, kindly, you should know the political party, that's all, and anything important for our exam, not beyond that. 2 days back when I am discussing political parties, some politics, I asked you, who is the main supremo of JDU? Janata Dal United, it is Nitish Kumar. Okay, don't get confused. JDS is in Karnataka. Janata Dal Secular, Deve Gowda and his son Kumaraswamy. JDU is Nitish Kumar. So just that much you should remember, not more than that. Next, US visa process. United States visa process needs social media profiles now. Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, all these things comes under social media. If you want to go for US, and if you apply for visa profile, you apply for US visa, and they will check our social media profiles also. So Trump wanted to have more stringent rules, whoever wants to enter into USA. But why should we apply visa, and why should we make the US authorities to check our Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts or WhatsApp accounts? I don't want this. So most of the Indians, if they stay back in India and do something to their country, definitely India will grow, rather than queuing up before US embassies and trying to pacify them, and if they don't get visa, crying outside the visa office, US visa office, all those things. I have seen last week, 2 weeks back, I went to Delhi to, for some reason, for a visa, not to stay in USA. But I have seen some of them coming out. If they did not get visa, they are feeling really bad because they have not got US visa. But that's not a correct view. Next thing, see, there is an article. Heat wave continues for a couple of days. Heat wave continues for a couple of days. So anyhow, we are happy that Hyderabad is cooling down. And IMD, India Meteorological Department, who will measure these heat waves and all these things? Weather? IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. At least this much you should know. Indian IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. See, every aspect is area for question. Every aspect. And Nilgiri tribal stands as trekkers trash priceless rock art. Try to understand how there is a concept called ecotourism. You promote tourism, but it should be environment friendly. You promote tourism, but it should be environment friendly. You know, we have incredible India campaign, Atithi Devo Bhava. We are promoting our tourism, but when you go to tourist places, you will be observing historical monuments. Some people will be writing their names, or some people using to throw trash like lace packets, biscuit packets. We'll use them as our garbage boxes. That is the bad thing, because protecting our heritage is very important. So try to write on ecotourism. What is ecotourism? ECO, ecotourism. So from this you can understand what is ecotourism. Nilgiri tribals, they are very tensed about trekkers throwing trash on their rock art. Rock art. Nilgiri tribals, really they are feeling bad. Government have done little to stop illegal tourism. Government have done little to stop illegal tourism from defacing the 5,000-year-old drawings at Karikayurur. So this is the thing. Tourists do like that. So one example you can give is Jaravas. There is one tribal community, very primitive tribal community called PVTGs. PVTGs are particularly vulnerable tribal groups living in Andaman Nicobar, and human safaris. Humans used to go, as we see tigers and lions in the zoos, they used to see other human beings called Jaravas, and they used to throw food packets, biscuit packets and fruits on them. And recently Supreme Court 2 years back banned human safari. Banned human safari. Kindly make an article on ecotourism. Ecotourism is a very important topic. And you know the recent issue, Governor orders allotment of AP buildings to Telangana. This you follow. Allotment of AP buildings to Telangana. And I told you page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5, they are not at all important. And page number 6, definitely you should keep an eye. Page number 6, you should keep an eye on it. Hundreds of Dalits stranded means held. They were completely under control, held. They were held in Puri community shelters a month after Fani. You all know we have Fani cyclone, F-A-N-I. We have Fani cyclone. Just go through this article. 25 lakh damages for medical negligence. See, doctors advise a woman to carry a baby, to have pregnancy during TB course of medicines, and baby, she got abortion. She went for court, and court awarded 25 lakhs damages for her. 25 lakhs. This case is of medical negligence. You should know the word medical negligence. And page number 8, I told you, editorial, great expectations. Great expectations. Great expectations. This is about Jagan Mohan Reddy, AP Chief Minister, Jagan Mohan Reddy. See, I'll tell you my opinion on this article. No CM will have a magic wand in the hand. No chief minister, unless God comes and rules, no chief minister will have a magic wand. Unlimited needs and demands and limited resources. Unlimited needs and demands and limited resources. First of all, he should complete the capital. Second, not only that, AP's fiscal deficit. AP have almost 2.5 lakh crores of debts that he has to take care. Even he should also, at least he should pay the interest for the debts. Even that is a big thing. Third thing, investments, attracting the investments, repayment capacity and growth at the same time, industrial growth at the same time. And he has to fulfill all the promises as Navaratnas he has promised. It is not so easy for him, and he is going to tread in a very dangerous path, that is no doubt, because the fiscal situation of Andhra Pradesh is not fine. The financial situation of Andhra Pradesh is not fine. Okay, see, as you are all young aspirants, I will tell you, politics is different, administration is different. When you sit in a chair as an administrator, you will face all practical difficulties. It is not that easy as you promise in politics. And Andhra state is running in overdraft. Already a lot of overdraft was made. And if he further makes further overdrafts, it's very, very difficult for Andhra to survive. Unless the central government comes with some package, and unless he will get very huge number of investments, and long-term investments definitely will not yield short-term results. Within 5 years, he cannot expect returns from long-term investments. He has to build roads, construct the capital, build industries, and returns will come after 15-20 years. So this is a Herculean task before him. Let's see how he is going to perform. Okay, as a politician, any CM can promise pensions, unemployment pensions, industries, or relief for farmers, many things. But to perform, it's not so easy. As an administrator, if you sit, you will also understand the difficulties. Okay, promises are different, fulfillments are different. Here, there is no mistake of Jagan, but he has to face now. The next thing is slow down confirmed. Slow down confirmed. As you all know, new finance minister have taken her charge, and the last quarter Q4 the growth rate is 5.8%, and India's GDP growth slips below 6%, that is 5.8%. India lost its spot as the fastest growing major economy. India lost its spot as a fastest growing major economy, and in this article, as I told you, you all know our unemployment rate is all-time high, 45 years. In the last 45 years, this year we have seen 6.1% unemployment, and more importantly, I told you, from the article you have to identify what is the prelims question and what is the mains question. Few years back, a question have come from this article. There are 8 core industries. 41% of Indian economy is measured. Almost 41% of the Indian economy can be measured with these core industries. In prelims exam, they asked, which of the following are the core industries? 8 core. There are 8 core industries which we measure. So first of all, you should know, in this article they wrote about core industries, but they have not mentioned what are core industries. So when you read this 8 core industries, it is steel. First is electricity. Second is steel. First core industry is electricity. Second is steel. Third, refinery products. Fourth, crude oil. Electricity, steel, refinery products, crude oil, coal. Next is coal, cement. Next is natural gas. natural gas. Next is fertilizers. Fertilizers. These are 8 core industries. I am repeating: electricity, steel, electricity, steel, refinery products, crude oil, refinery products, crude oil, coal, cement, natural gas, fertilizers. Coal, cement, natural gas, fertilizers. So you are expected to remember the core industries of Indian economy. So in this article they have mentioned even the core industries are not doing well. First of all, you should know what are core industries of Indian economy. Okay. So coming back, in this article they also mention, and in the afternoon when I am reading this article, I am discussing this article with someone. Literally speaking, last year agriculture was stagnant. Last year agriculture development, agricultural growth was stagnant, completely stagnant. So but formally we have shown that agricultural growth last year is 2.9%. Agricultural growth last year was 2.9%. And one more thing, fiscal deficit is very high. Fiscal deficit means when our expenditure is more than our revenue, it's called deficit. Deficit means when expenditure is more than revenue. So there are fiscal deficit, budgetary deficit, primary deficit. Okay. So we should know all these meanings. What is fiscal deficit? What is budgetary deficit? What is revenue deficit? What is primary deficit? All these things in the economy. So when our expenditure is more than our revenue, it's called deficit. So fiscal deficit is very high. That means we are having a lot of borrowings. In the simple colloquial language, informal language, more fiscal deficit means more borrowings. Ekko fiscal deficit ante ekko appulu. More fiscal deficit means more borrowings. Okay. And the article also says that now immediately the finance minister have to take measures to increase private investment. Have to take measures to increase private investment. And she should also go with major reforms. Major reforms. And I wish to tell you here, definitely there is a chance that there might be interest rate cut this time. Interest rate cut means consumption is too low. Car bookings, two-wheeler bookings, consumer goods industry, most of the consumption have fallen. Consumption have fallen. People are not purchasing many things. So in order to boost the economy, government has to give money to the people. How can more money will come in the hands of the people? If banks will reduce interest rate, automatically more money will come in the hands of the people. If banks charge more interest, automatically people will not take money from anywhere, they will sit ideally. So low interest rate means more money in the hands. More money in the hands means, for example, if your parents have sent more money, your spending capacity will be more. You will go to movies, you will purchase books, your spending capacity will be more. So more money means more demand. More money means more demand. Okay. So in order to boost up the economy, government wanted to go for interest rate cuts, interest rate reduction. So even that is now working on. And next important article also deals with economy. Make up for lost time. Make up for lost time. LOST, lost time. Make up for lost time. Even this is related to economy. I will tell you what is that. See, Narendra Modi 2.0, and we have seen GDP growth rate, it was fallen to 6.8% average if you take from the last 5 years. GDP growth rate have fallen, there is no doubt about it. And why? Manufacturing sector slowed down. Manufacturing sector slowed down. You have to understand a point here. There are 3 sectors of every economy: primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Primary sector agriculture, secondary sector manufacturing, tertiary sector services. Generally economies first start with primary, then they will develop secondary, then they will go for tertiary. But Indian economy jumped from primary to tertiary. Indian economy jumped from primary to tertiary. This is a major drawback. So we don't have proper manufacturing sector. When our manufacturing sector have not been developed properly, the major problem is no jobs. No jobs. So we have jobless growth. Rural distress, I told you, agriculture is stagnant last year. First point, agriculture is stagnant. Second is rural distress. Third is no manufacturing. No manufacturing sector growth. Fourth is unemployment. Fifth is suddenly we have introduced GST. So though it was phase wise, we have introduced GST. GST means many small firms which are the categories of employment, they were unable to pay that. And one more important thing is NPAs, non-performing assets. People are taking loans from the banks, they are not repaying. For example, you know the very famous person Vijay Mallya. They take loan but they don't repay, Vijay Mallya. So the banks are facing with the problem of NPA, non-performing assets. And also, you all know taxation. Even heavy taxation sometimes will also affect the economy. So for all these reasons, it's a time to revamp Indian economy. And you all know, Modi government in his first term started Make in India. Make in India. Now we are expected to address all these things. Even Make in India, similar schemes we have to follow. And why minorities feel alienated in India? Next article, why minorities feel alienated in India. Narendra Modi told that he will vanish the myth of fear from minorities. But still, minorities have so much of fear that they will be deprived and they might be discriminated. So we have to, it's a time that we should make minorities to feel secured in India. Why minorities feel alienated? That you all know the reason. I need not explain in the classroom. And single file article also very important. India's foreign policy article. So how India's defense, India's external affairs relations are all doing. And in data point, if you see, very important for mains and prelims. If you see data point, how health workers are unevenly distributed. If you see, in India, per 10,000 population, we have allopathy doctors 7.1%, dental doctors 1.3%, Ayush 5.7%, physiotherapy and other people 0.5%, non-medical staff 38.2%. So like that, they have given the data of health workers per 10,000 population. This type of data, if you get in the newspaper, you have to note it down. Okay, data points. You should have an idea. What is going on. And next, page number 12. This is really important for prelims and mains. China defense. Tiananmen crackdown. China defense Tiananmen crackdown. Tiananmen. China defense Tiananmen crackdown. See, Tiananmen Square, exactly on June 4th, 1989. 30 years back, youth in China asked for democracy, agitated for democracy. We don't know how China culled it, but officially no video, nothing was available. one or two pictures you can see. You all know China is a communist country, but the young people at that time agitated for democracy. This is called Tiananmen Square conflict, Tiananmen Square issue in China. If you get a prelims question, what is this Tiananmen Square issue? To which country it belongs to? China. For what? Democracy. When? June 4th, 1989. Tomorrow I think you will get good articles in newspapers on this issue, Tiananmen Square crackdown. China's communist government, it seems that it killed many young people at that time who asked for democracy. And China even today defends that, supports its own gesture. Only God should save the world. So people have the right to ask whatever they want in a democratic way. And democracy is the need of the hour. And every country at one point of time should yield to one important thing, that is democracy. And China is not an exception. One day, by the time you retire, you are going to see, definitely, we hope that every part of the world will be democratic, not just democratic in namesake, but a truly democratic country in every part of the world. We can see that, including China.